This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Baruchim Abba, welcome everyone. Mishna Berura, Yomi, Siman, Tav Kuf Tzadi Gimel, Im Habrachas Hatkis Ma'akazu Azu, whether the blessings and the blasts are ma'akev one to the other, says Mechaber Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur Ma'akazu Azu. The brachas of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, they're ma'akev one on the other. If you don't know all of them, Lo Yamar Rosh Yadem, don't say what you know, Lo Yamar Kum, don't say anything. It's all or nothing. Says the Mishnah Berura, Berura Shal Rosh Hashanah, Hainu Shal Mussaf, Sheish V'Malchus V'Chon Shavaris V'Chein Shem Kippur Shal Yovel. Likewise on Yom Kippur of Yovel. Sha'imrim B'Gam Kein Malchus V'Chon Shavaris Ma'akvei Zuasu. Mashma, that implies the B'Shar Yomais Hashana, the other days of the year, Miyadea Bracha Achas. If you know one bracha, Yoimra, say it, Ma'akvei Zuasu, Sam Ma'akvei each other. V'ayim Ber Halach, Shekasam the Gam L'Magen Avram, Hurak Rachamei Ba'alma. Even according to the Magen Avram, that during the rest of the year, if you know one bracha, you should say it's only mercy. You're not yotze at all. Because even if you just skip one bracha of Shemona Esrei, we paskin la'el b'sim kaf yotes sif gimel l'tzarch lachser v'leimer kulan kaseder. You have to say all of them in order. Shenisknu v'imlav. Otherwise, ina yotze b'zeh yidei tefillah. You will not be yotze your tefillah v'choshekim v'zeh. Certainly with this. V'gam yira lahasmicha la'iza bracha. You should also try to juxtapose it to some bracha. Kagan lasher yotzer v'chadamar k'dei shetei smucha l'chaverta. Sif beis. V'chein tkiyos ma'akvei zu azu. Likewise, the tkiyos are ma'akev each other. B'hani milo sheni yodei ala mixas hasim. That's talking about if you know part of the sim shlayasa oisei mixas sheyodei. Don't do the part that you do know. Aval tashrat tashat tarat in ma'akev zeh. Each one of these sets is not ma'akev the other. Do what you can. Don't do part of a set, but you could do one or two of the sets. The blessings are not ma'akev the tkiyos. Likewise, the blowing is not ma'akev the brachos. Do whichever one you can. We'll see what that means, because if you can't blow, how could you make a bracha? The order doesn't matter. It's not ma'akev. If you daven before you blew, you'll be yotze. Oisa, the hamidaraisa v'chada sagi. Midaraisa one is enough. Ela doyadin and ezel, we don't know which one it is. Do the one that you know. Maybe you're getting the right one. Habrachas in ma'akvas hatkiyah. Shemeinon yodim levarach habrachas el. If you don't know how to make the brachos, afal piken yiskash shestarmit. In other words, it's not talking about the bracha of the mitzvah. It's talking about ma'achiyah zechornes shefaros. If you can't blow, you still make the malchiyah zechorna shefaris. V'chein sidron ein ma'akav. Ein rotz olam rabbi say that tefillah shiktim zechorna malchiyah zechornes. The bezalayatzav tzarlach zaspala. In terms of the order of the davening, malchiyah zechorna shefaris, the order does matter. And if you don't do it correctly, you're not yotz and you have to daven again. V'chein b'sei that kiyos. Likewise, in the order of the blast, and hiktam chua letkiyah, if you blew the chua before the kiyah rishana layatza. What it means is, the seder hu lespala mussaf, the normal order is to daven mussaf, and to be taikea within the tefillah. Mishna seder, if you change order, the hainish shespala kodem shetaka, that is, you daven before you blew, yatza b'shneim. V'zeu shasiyim Rama, this is what the Rama concludes, v'im hispalel, and the letter vav yaserhu. V'chein sidron ein ma'akev, meaning that im hispalo koydem shataka yatsa. Siman tav kuf tzadi dalid yachid shlo hispalo in chaveroi moitziai. An individual who didn't daven, his friend is not moitzi him. Yachid shlo taka. An individual who didn't blow, chaver yachal etzgal lo yitzidei chavasa. His friend could be blow for him to be moitzi him. Avo yachid shlo hispalo teisha brachos. But an individual that didn't daven the 9 brachas in chaver yachal yitziyai, his friend can't be moitzi him. Hagavi yesh cholkim v'imdim lo yachal l'spala chaver yachal yitziyai b'tfilasai. Meaning, someone who didn't blow, your friend could blow for him. But an individual who didn't daven, his friend can't be moitzi him in the davening. But says Rama, some argue and they say that if you can't daven, his friend can be moitzi him in the tefillah. Says Mishra yachal eskale afilhu yachal eskabatza. Someone could blow for you, even if you could blow yourself. Ein chaver yachal yitziyai afilu imhu tzarch lespalel az. Even if he has to daven then, gam letzarch atzmai belachash. Even if he has to daven then anyway. for himself, quietly, he's davening aloud, to be his friend, even if he can't daven himself. The tefillah tzarich kol echad levakish rachamim al atzmai, v'lo al yidei shliach. This shita holds you can't be mitzvah someone in these tefillahs, because tefillah is ba'kashas rachamim, for yourself, and you can't do it through a shliach elam kein yesh asara unless you have 10, but also shliach tzibur, because then he's not davening as your shliach, he's a shliach tzibur. Siman tav kov tzadi hey misha in a baki loy bet kiyas loy bet tefillah. Someone who's not proficient, not in the blowing and not in the prayers. Misha in a baki bet kiyas loy bet tefillas Mussaf. Someone who's not baki in the blowing and not in the seder of tefillas Mussaf ulafanav shtei ayaros, and there are two cities. Ba'achas b'kiyam bet kiyas, in one place they know how to blow, loy bet tefillas Mussaf. They don't know how to daven. Achas b'kiyam bet tefillas Mussaf loy bet kiyas. Hoylech l'makom sheb'kiyam bet kiyas. Go to where they know how to blow. Afilu shal Mussaf. Vadai b'shal tkiyos safek. Go to where they're bucking the tkiyos, even if the Mussaf is vadai and the tkiyos is a safek. However, says Rama, mium yachal leilech lamakum hamasam. He could go to where they're davening. V'yeshas b'yam shishma achar kachat tkiyos makom shatoikin. And then there's time after to go to the city where they're blowing. Yikaim shtei amitzvos v'mekayim both the chol hayom kasher l'tkaya, because the whole day is kosher to blow the shofar. Says the Mishna Berura, "Lamakom shebekim tkiyos. The tkiyos are rice, brachos d'Rabbanan. The tkiyos are the rice, the davening is on the Rabbanan. V'afilu b'yom sheni, the tkiyos take precedence. V'chosh kein amish b'lfan of makom sheyachol l'shma tkiyos. Certainly, there's a place that you could hear the tkiyos. Afal pishigam sham in minyan, even though there's no minyan there. V'tzach l'sval b'yachin, you have to daven by yourself. V'yachol lech l'makom, you could go to a place sheyesh sham minyan. There's a minyan rak she'en lam shofar mutav leilech l'shma tkiyos. It's better to go to hear the tkiyos. Afal pishispal b'yachin, even though you end up davening by yourself. Says the Chayadam mishal tkiyos safek. Meaning the Mechaber says even if Mussaf is vadei and the tkiyos is a safek. Meaning im yesham toiken. Let's say like this. In one city you'll definitely daven Mussaf, and the other city it's a safek whether you get to the tkiyos. The safek d'oraisa adif mi vadei d'Rabbanan. Safek d'oraisa is better than a vadei d'Rabbanan. V'u adinam ein yoidim rak seder echad yelech lehem. The same thing would be even if they only know one, either tashad or tarad. V'm yesh v'yer echad shofar. If there isn't a city of shofar, ratzalech l'makom shnosfalim v'shloyach akum shiyavalei asher. Let's say you want to go to the other city where they're going to daven, and you're going to get a guy to bring the shofar v'chutz t'chum v'yachal l'kaim shneim shari. That's permitted, the t'chum and d'Rabbanan, because t'chum an Yom Tov is only d'Rabbanan, and it's shvus, the shvus b'makam mitzvah. Achar kachat kiyos v'lo yelech t'chil l'makom shetoikim achar kach l'makom sh'mispalim. Don't first go to the place where you're going to hear the shofar, and then to the place where you'll daven. Shetfilas Mussaf ein lachra yosem misheva shos, because you should not delay Mussaf more than 7 hours. K'mash kosem 7 reish pei vav. U'tkiyos zman kol hayom, and tkiyos the zman is the whole day. And ba'achas nimtzo tekiah hagon. If let's say in one city you find a blower who is proper, those who daven there are not. And in one place the tefillah is conducted by proper people, but the blower is not hagan. Better to go to the place where the toikeya is a mumcha and is kosher. That toikeya moitzi yedei chayvasai, because the toikeya is fulfilling your obligation. You're davening yourself, nobody's being moitzi you. You're doing it yourself. Better to have a good Baal toikeya than a good Baal Mussaf. Okay, we'll hold it over here. As Hashem will pick it up tomorrow in Siman Tav Kuf Tzadi Vav.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.